You are now listening to the sounds of Mood Swing Music Group.
Hey, yo, what's up? Welcome back to the channel, man. And today what we going to do, man, I'm going to let you ride along with me while I get some tracks together, get them sequenced and put together for some artists. So this is going to be the first of many. I got some artists on deck that I'm going to be working with. And some of these songs will be for several different albums and even my album. I got an instrumental album coming out. So this one right here is for a particular artist, man. So we going to start sequencing this baby and getting it together, man. So let's start by letting you see what we actually got put together here. So here's a sample of the track itself.
You are now listening to the sounds of Mood Swing Music Group.
Yeah, that's it right there. And we're just gonna start putting this baby together, man. So I'm gonna go through sound for sound, let you hear everything. And basically what I do when I put them together for artists, man, I give them a good foundation to write to, and a good foundation to vibe to, just so they can hear what the track could become. I mean, yeah, it might be times where we go back in and add some sounds, add a bridge or whatever. I mean, that's just regular stuff. But we're going to sit down and take some of these tracks I got ready for artists, man, and we're going to get it all put together for them, man, so that they can, be in the game, in the studio, putting that pain in as I get set up. Uh-oh. So yeah, man, yeah, man. Turn off everything. Let's get started. Ooh, let's see here. Something's turned off. But I'm not gonna start with that sound. So let me see what we want to start with, man. Do we want to start with the synth? Let's see.
You are now listening to the sounds of Mood Swing Music Group.
Yeah. So this is my synth. It's kind of like my synth, kind of like my lead. It's kind of doing a dual purpose here, because what I don't like to do, I don't like to crowd my tracks out when making them for artists. Instead of now, if you make an instrumental music, you can make those tracks as musical as you want them. But you got to always remember, when you putting tracks together for artists, you have to leave space on the track for the artist to be an instrument themselves. So you can't crowd it out. And this synth is doing several things. It's kind of like a lead. It's kind of like a synth. It's kind of like that thing to get you in the groove. It's kind of like the groove. And if you just listen to it, man, and you see where you want it to fall and see how you want it to take control of the track.
Now listening to the sounds of Mood Swing Music Group.
So what do I want to come in with that? We're doing an intro. So let's do it like this. Let's bring the strings in and see how they sound with it.
You are now listening to the sounds of Mood Swing Music Group.
Okay, that sounds kind of dope. So we're gonna leave that. That'll be the intro. And this ain't the final draft either. So basically, what I do when I'm giving tracks to an artist, I need them to catch the tempo. I need them to be able to write to it. I need them to be able to do their thing to it. But this ain't the final cut. So, once we get over in Logic and sequence it again and break it all down based on how the song go, it'll end up being totally different from this. But this is for them to be able to sit around and vibe to, in their car when they ride, and on they earbuds when they taking a walk and everything, when they going for, when they sitting down writing and doing everything like that. This is for them to listen to and get they songs together. So that's the intro. We're going to open up another one and we're going to call it Lead Verse. And then we're going to, let's add the synth to that. And for you guys that don't understand what I'm doing on the screen, go back to my video about sequencing in Machine. I go in depth on all of this so that you can understand what I'm doing. So lead verse, we'll turn on the synth, we'll turn the strings off, we'll turn on the drums, and let's see what we got. Okay, so that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. So then we'll make another one. And what I like to do, I like to go verse. And what I'll use this for, I use this several ways. I use this as a second verse, third verse, and that's why I just call this first one verse. So we'll turn on the drums. We'll turn on the synth. We'll turn on, not the strings, we'll turn on the bass. And you know what, we'll turn on the hi-hats and percussions. But what we will do on this first one, let's turn something off. We'll take these out. And this is what the main verse will sound like. So ultimately, we got to be mindful of leaving space for the artist, and that's what my goal is with this. We can always divvy it up different once we start putting the actual song together when we record. But right now, while they listening, you want to give them the right kind of breaks and stuff so that they can kind of get a groove going, write a hook, write a bridge, and do whatever else they want to do to it. So let's go back. Intro.
You are now listening to the sounds of Mood Swing Music.
Lead verse. Now let's go into the verse. And I just thought of something, so let's go back to the intro. And then on the intro, we'll jump on here. And let's see. Let's take everything off but the clap. Let's bring the clap in with the intro. Now let's hit the intro.
You are now listening to the sounds of Mood Swing Music.
Okay, so that's dope so far. That's dope. So let's go here. We got it all squared away. So we're going to go We're going to rename these also. And this is going to help you when you start putting everything together, because it's all going to be named the way you want it named. It's going to all be named the way you want it named. So when you go to mess with the intro, you know which one should be lit up. When you go to lead verse, you know these should be lit up. So we name them the same thing. And everything is done like that for a reason. That way you're not confused the further you get into putting your track together. And then you go to verse. Okay, we got something wrong. No, we don't. We good. So we go to verse. And this just allows you to identify everything just at a glance. I know it seems tedious, but this is something that you definitely want to start doing whenever you're making tracks, especially when you're making tracks for artists. Because you may not be in the studio with them, and they may call you and say, hey, I need you to change something on the bridge or change something. That way you can just pull it up. You can pull up the track and go straight to the verse and switch it up and change it. So, intro. That's wrong. So let's go here and name it intro. I try to have every name have its own set of sequences within the group. So let's just go to hook. Let's name this hook. And this is how simple I like to keep it, man. So go here. We go here. Turn on the drums. We'll definitely turn on the synth. Now we'll go into the strings. We'll definitely have the bass. And we'll have the drop. And then we'll go here and we'll rename everything. And a lot of this works this way because if you make your tracks intentionally, if you notice, I pretty much had the track made, and I kind of make a track as I'm making my track. I kind of envision what I want to be where and how I want the track to sound. So I don't really go into making tracks totally blind. I kind of know what I'm looking for. So if you notice, I don't have a lot to do to this track other than just put it together, and then we could do something like, well, we don't need a out. No, we can do an outro. We can do a simple outro. And the outro can be something like, we can steal the synth from the intro. We can steal the strings. The strings sound dope. And you know what? We can do the bass. And then we'll go rename, outro, and then I'm going to do this one different. We're going to rename this one. We're going to say intro, outro, since it's performing a double duty. And then there you have it, man. So we got everything set up the way we want it. Let's do this. Yeah, we got everything set up the way we want it. If you notice, everything light up different as we go across here. So now the only thing we got to do is hit this little mark right here. And then we go right here. And we right click on the plus and we just put the track in order, how we want it. And then you just go down the line. And it all just falls together. And what we're going to do, we're going to play this so you can hear how it all falls together. And if we have anything we need to fix in here, we'll just fix it. And I see some issues already, but we will address that. I'm going to do 2 hooks. Then I'm going to do a lead verse, a verse, and then we'll do an outro. And that gives you enough to listen to. So I'm noticing these are doubled up. And the reason they doubled up is because my drop, as you can see, is going all the way across, spanning the whole thing. That means when I go back into this, and if I go to my drop, it's set to 16 and everything else is set to 8. So what we're going to do is drop this down to 8 so that it no longer stretches the track out. Because what happens is the track will play, each group will play as long as the longest part that's in there. So if I made that 32, each one of the groups that got that one in there will be 32 bars. So let's go back and look, and you see it adjusted it on its own as I made my adjustments. So man, this is me getting a track together to send to an artist. Not sure if this is actually correct, but this is just for educational purposes, just to show you guys how quick you can throw a track together after you made it already. The artist already said they like the track and they want the track. So this is what I do when I get ready to send it to an artist, and then we'll go here and we'll listen to it first. And then once we listen to it, then we'll make sure we got everything the way we want it. We'll take the track. What I normally do, I'll take the track and I'll EQ it, kind of do a little something to it, and then we'll export it and send that track to the artist. So right now, man, you know, this is just how we get down with it. I'm gonna think we good, man. Everything look good on here. You know what? Let's play the track, man. Let you hear it.
You are now listening to the sounds of Mood Swing Music. Woo.
Yeah, so this sound pretty dope, man.
You are now listening to the sounds of Mood Swing Music. Woo. You are now listening to the sounds of Mood Swing Music. Woo.
Hey, man, and always remember, man, leave your drop on your track, man. Leave your beat tag on your track, man. Don't take your beat tag off. Don't be selling your beats for little or nothing. You got to ask yourself what you're worth, you know what I'm saying? And this is the way I would send it to an artist, man. So, like we always do, like, share, comment, subscribe. Until the next video. Peace.